Are you curious about code blocks, callouts, and mentions inside of SmartDocs used in SmartSuite? Well, if so, this is the perfect video for you. That is exactly what we're getting into for this training. So stick around and let's get into it. Code blocks, callouts, and mentions are elements that are available inside of SmartDocs inside of SmartSuite. So if you're just joining us with this training, SmartDocs are a specific type of field inside of SmartSuite. It lives in an app that you build, and those SmartDocs have a lot of advanced capabilities, including the three we're talking about here. So in order to get any of this to work for you, first you need to make sure that you've installed or included a SmartDoc field, as I've done right here. So go ahead and add that field to your application first, and then once you're set, you can open up individual docs on each record inside of this particular app. So here I am on my timesheets record, and we currently have a blank SmartDoc here. So let's go ahead and jump into it. I can expand this SmartDoc either by clicking right here on my screen or by holding Shift and hitting space on my keyboard. Now, in order to bring up the menu so that I can do different fun things in the SmartDoc, I can hit slash. So I hit slash, and then I get a list of the different things I can scroll through, or I can start typing and whittle it down. So I want to start with the code block. So I type COD, and there it is, insert code block. Now this is going to, checking out the menu here, allow us to display code with syntax highlight. So we can go ahead and install this, and we see that immediately we have the little syntax for writing code. So whatever code you have that you want to drop into this SmartDoc, you can then just paste right on in here, and it's going to show up like code. So the certain parts that need to be highlighted, certain colors, will show up here, as you would expect in writing code in another application. So this code block comes in really handy anytime you're trying to store code that pertains to a record that lives inside of your SmartSuite solution. So go ahead and install that code block app just as I've done right here. It's there, your little code snippet right inside the doc. But now let's go ahead and move on past this and try out another one. I'll hit slash again, and this time I'm going to be looking for the callout. So we look here and we see that inserting a callout allows us to make something stand out. So if I go ahead and drop in that callout, you'll see that this text is a little bit different, and I get these little pop-ups here that give us some more advanced options than just standard text. So let's imagine that we had some text, and then we had some important text, and then we had even more text. Well, if we wanted to make this one stand out, we can bring it into this particular callout. So just go in callout here, wherever we wanted that text to be, and if you recall, ours was important text, and we can then use the more advanced features. So we can leave a note here, or rather designate this as a note. We can designate it as info. So the different options that we choose here are actually picking a color scheme that tells other people who access this doc why this thing is being highlighted and why it's important. So I might say, cool, we hit success with this important text, or hey, this needs your attention, warning, or error, or a decision needs to be made here, or maybe I just want to delete that comment altogether. Of course, if I don't want to do that, I can hit Control Z just as I can in any other doc, and it's going to undo anything I did not mean to do. So that's your callout right there. Any text you enter inside of that callout will be highlighted for anyone else accessing the SmartDoc, and the different color schemas here will determine what kind of value you want to give that information that you're highlighting. So let's now look at the final part of this particular training, and that is at mentions. So in order to mention someone, again, hit slash to access the menu, and we have the ability here to mention a person and or team to send them a notification. So this is similar to sending someone a message, except for the fact that this message is going to live in the SmartDoc itself and not in the comments element within the record. So if I wanted to send a message just to myself, I can just select myself from the list. This needs your attention. And go ahead and save this all up. So there we go. I've now done a couple of different things inside of that SmartDoc. If we go back into it, we see the at mention. So we're able to mention people and notify them inside of SmartSuite that we need their attention. We're able to highlight some text thanks to that callout, and we can also include code snippets thanks to the code app. And we can insert snips of code thanks to the code block. Lots here to unpack inside of the SmartDocs, so be sure to rewatch this if you had any questions that we went too fast on, and I'll see you in the next training. If you have any questions about what we covered in this training, please ask them below in the comments section of this video, and until then, we'll see you in the next training.